Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do 24 books in 2024. I was not going to do this, and then I started seeing everybody's videos come out, and I've been doing a lot of researching for my reading journal. I've been doing a reading journal, but very simplistic, and I'm trying to change up some of the things I want to do journal-wise. I've gotten back into kind of wanting to do more journaling and more a place to write some reviews for myself so I remember books, because I feel like I'm reading a lot of books and not remembering a lot of what I'm not that I don't remember that I read them, that I remember details about them. So I'm coming up with some things. But everybody had these lovely little spreads of 24 and 2024, and last year failed miserably. And I knew that it was a risk what I did last year with those books, because I picked standalones. Almost all of them were either standalones, or a couple of them turned out to be first books in series. But I had bought them, most of them I'd bought within the last 5-6 years, and I wanted to get to them. So I've done something different this time, and because I'm still waiting for hopefully an announcement video coming for Series About Series, I've decided let's play to my strengths in 2024 and put 24 books in series that I want to get to in 2024. So some of this might at some point overlap when Series About Series comes out. Again, that's put on by Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I'm hoping she'll do it. Anyway, so I have 24 series that I'd like to focus on. Unfortunately, most of them are starts a series, but I have a really bad habit, serious bad habit, of having first books in series. I would say, I think I went through and I have hundreds of first books in series when I counted last year on a series tracker. And I don't want to go back and find that number. I'm just exaggerating maybe a little bit, but it's definitely in the hundreds. I don't know how far. And Cooper is rubbing against my books. Anyway, so the goal is that I picked books that are either the next books in series. So I have 10 books that are next books in series, or the book I need to get to continue that series, so that I can get back into that. Or I picked 14 of new books or new series. So the reason I did that is because I have so many first books in series that I need to try them to see if I want to continue those series. So the goal of this 24 in 2024 is to make some decisions about a lot of series that I'm not sure I'm going to continue, or I want to buy more books from. There are a few in here that I have bought multiple books to already. I do want to make sure I get to those that I have bought multiple books that I haven't even started yet and get to them. So let's go through the books that are on my list. They're not in any order. I'm just going to do the books that are new to me, or ones I have not read, but they've been on my shelf. So we're just going to go through this. So one of the series that has been on my list for a long time is The Ninth Reign by Jen Williams. This one I do own all 3 books, so it's a trilogy. It's a fantasy, but I think it has some sci-fi horror elements to it. I hear really good things about it. I would like to get to it. I have The King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. This one I bought kind of on a whim. I have another book of hers also on my shelf, but I think it's a standalone. But this is the Adrian and Isolde, or Isolde? I don't know how you say that name. Anyway, so this is the first book in a series. I don't know if they're vampires or what. They're something fantastical. Fantasy romance. The Wolf Den by Elodie Harp. I've been trying to get to this all year, and I've not been able to make myself pick it up. I figure if I put it on a list, maybe I'll be more apt to pick it up. This is a historical fiction about Pompeii before the volcano happens. Anyway, so it has to do with a woman, I think, who is in a I don't know if it's a prostitute or something. I'm not sure. I have no idea. I heard really good things about that historical fiction, and as I said, it's one that's a series that's now, I think, is all out now. But I only own the first book, but I want to get to that. Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck. This is one of the books that was on my 23 in 20 23, but I just didn't get to it. I read so many witchy books that I didn't get to this one, but I did read the first chapter and really enjoyed it. I'm really curious to see how this witchy one goes, and it is a series, so I do want to get to that one. The Beekeeper's Apprentice by Lori R. King. So this is a mystery, historical mystery that has to do with Sherlock Holmes, and I think it's Mary Russell. Is that the name? Is that her name? Yeah. So I've heard about these for years. And I've had this book for a long time. I got this actually, like, I think I got it in the first book haul I put on BookTube. So I'd gotten it at a library book sale. I have my cousin's girlfriend keeps asking me, have I read this book yet? So I need to get to this. So I did promise her I would try to read it pretty soon in the new year. So I did read the first chapter a long time ago on a try a chapter with mysteries, and I did enjoy it. I'll need to restart it. But again, this is Sherlock Holmes after the books. I think he's kind of retired in the country, and then she is young. I don't know how it all goes, but it's a mystery. Need to get to that one. I put Nora Roberts on here because I do want to read more of her her paranormals, and the one that I just recently got all the books for is the Dragonheart Legacy. So The Awakening is the first book. I put it on here just to get myself to start it, because usually once I start one of her trilogies, I will continue and finish it. This is the one I'm going to focus on. So I don't know anything about it, but it has dragon maybe in it. I don't know. It's paranormal, you know, so should be fun. But I have all those books. I also have 2 books in the Her Majesty's Royal Coven series by Juno Dawson. So I have not tried this, but I do own the second one now as well. So I do want to get to this, and this has to do with witches in England and working for the government. And then something, I don't know if there's an Antichrist. I don't remember. Anyway, the point is, it sounds fun. I want to get to that one. Oh, what is this? Oh, there's like a little, I don't know. Anyway, I also would like to try Jennifer L. Armentrout. I've never read anything by her. From Blood and Ash is the one that really put her on the, well, for me, made me even think about reading one of these for a fantasy romance. I'm not sure if I'm going to get along with this or her writing at all, but I do have the first book. I'd like to try it. I did buy her newer book from a different series, The Fate of Ruin and Wrath or something. So I almost put that on here, but I think I better go back to the big series first and try to get to this, since I bought this first, and see how that goes. Again, fantasy romance, we'll see how it goes. This one's kind of a freebie, because I know I'm going to read this. This is Consort of Fire by Kit Rocha. This is their new series. Actually, I can't remember what the name of their series is. Oh no. Oh, Bound to Blood and Steel. So it has to do with I can't remember. Oh, it's fantasy romance. And I think there's a woman has a handmaid that is kind of a assassin-ish kind of thing, and then I think there's a guy, so I think it's like a female male, I'm not sure, some kind of romance. Point is that it's Kit Rocha, so I'm going to read it. I just did not get this, just came out at the end of November, so I just haven't had a chance, and I'm trying to clear off all my books, and so this is definitely what I'm going to get to fairly soon, but I put it on this list because I want to win. So I put on, because that's a new series, so I do want to start that one. I've had God Killer by Hannah Kaner all year. Like, I bought this early in the year and I have not gotten to it. It is not even that long, but it's the first book in a series. I've heard really good things about this fantasy, about a woman who kills gods because of things in her past, and then she meets someone who she can't kill the god that's attached to the person, something like that. Point is, I don't know. I just want to read it. I know the second book is coming out soon, so I would like to read this. I even bought this from, from the UK to get it here, and I haven't read it. I'd like to try Blood Mercy, or the Blood Grace series by Villa Roth. I've had this for a lot of this year, and I just never got to it. Again, this is another fantasy romance. This is more slow burn, kind of with a vampire, and a lot of political stuff. So I'm not sure how I'll get along with it, because sometimes political stuff I like to a certain extent, but not maybe it being so political, but we'll see. I did try this, at one point, and then I just didn't have time, to read it. So I do want to get back and try this. I know this series is all huge books, but I only own the first one, but I want to try it. So that's another one I want to try. A book I was hoping to get to this year, but I did not, was The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. This is the first book in the Chorus of Dragons series. And this one, I want to read it because it has kind of a weird narrative style of somebody telling the story and then someone saying, no, that's not really how it happened or whatever. Because again, that's one of my, I would say one of my buzzwords of kind of a different narration style from a lot of the fantasy and sci-fi books that I do like are kind of weirdly told like that. So I want to get to this, and I've been staring at it and I want to try it. It's just, it's not that it's huge. I mean, it's over 500, it's like 570 pages, but I want to get to this. I own the second one as well that I got on sale somewhere. So another, again, it's a 5-book series and finished. So I should read it, right? Yeah. I also, Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse is the, this is a trilogy. This 3rd book is coming out in, I think in June or July or something. So in the summertime, this is the series is Between Earth and Sky. I do own book 2. I got the hardback pretty cheap and I bought the paperback. So they don't match, but whatever. You know, the point is if I like it, you know, whatever. So this one is I can't remember, is it Colombian? Kind of historical fantasy. I can't remember. Or there's something South American. I'm not sure, but it sounds really cool. I've heard really interesting things about it, so I do want to get to this and try this because, again, the trilogy is finishing up this summer, so I do have the 2 books before, so I'd like to read them before that happens. And then the last of the 14 that are new to me is The Curse of Chalion by Lois McMaster Bujold. I did read this is a book, The World of the Five Gods. I think this series, that's what the series is. This is actually a book I had gotten signed and seen her when this came out, so I've had this for a while. My friend and I went to San Francisco when I was living in Sacramento at the time, and we went to see her at a bookstore there. So she had, no, the 3rd book was coming out, I think, at the time. So, of this series. And so I bought the 1st book because I was going to read it, and, I never got to it. So, yeah, I think Paladine was sold. No, the Hallow Hunt was coming out, I think. Anyway, point is that this is, again, I think it's The World of the Five Gods is the series. It's connected to the Pendrick and Desdemona series that I did all the audiobooks for during this year. That I really, really enjoyed, but this takes place in the same world, but it's a trilogy. So I do have the 1st book, and I would really, and again, I had it signed. I've been meaning to read this forever. I don't own the other 2 books, so this is, again, I just bought the book there to support her. So I need to read that. Okay, so then let's quickly go through the books that are from series that I have started already that I just need to continue. So I have Ocean's Echo by Everina Maxwell. I read Winter's Orbit, really enjoyed it. I pre-ordered this book. It's still here. I haven't read it yet. This is sci-fi. This is more political than romance, I think, this time around, but I've heard good things about it. I just want to finish it and finish that series off. I just got Born to be Badger by Shelley Lawrenston. This is book 6 in the Honey Badger Chronicles. One of my favorite series. It's just fun, laugh out loud, paranormal romance with honey badgers. And so this is the next installment. I just got it again at the end of November, so I haven't had a chance to read it, and I'm reading other things right now. So this is a book that's going in. This is, again, another one of those books that I'm going to read it really soon. So it's kind of a just to help me get another book that I know I'm going to read. But this is another to continue the series. I do want to continue the Mistress of the Art of Death series by Ariana Franklin. The Serpent's Tail is the 2nd book. This one, I read the 1st book. I reread the 1st book this year because I wanted to continue on, and I still haven't done it. So if I don't get to this by March, because March is March Mystery Madness, I'm hoping to read it for that. But hopefully before that. This is a series, I think it's a 5 or 6 book series. I'm not quite sure. But I do own all the books, and it's a historical mystery series. I can't remember if it's the 1100s in England. It's an early The year is early. I don't remember what it is. It's pretty early. I don't know. It's 11s or it's King Henry II. So whatever. I don't remember if it's the 1300s or I don't remember. Point is, it's a great mystery series. The first book is really good. I really liked it, and I want to continue, and I just haven't. I've also been reading all year to get to the other two Regency fairy tales books by Olivia Atwater. 10,000 Stitches is number 2. So I put that on here. I also have Long Shadow. I would like to get to that too, but I put this one on here because I'm trying to force myself to read this because I really loved Half a Soul. And I know that these follow different characters in different situations in that time period. But the fantasy in here was just so much fun in the last book. I'm hoping it continues. I just need to get to this. I'd like to read that. Here is my one of shame is Imprudence by Gail Carriger. I keep putting this every year on my series about series, and I just don't get to it, and I just need to do it. And I have the last 3 books in the Custard Protocol series. Is that right? Yeah, Custard Protocol series, which follows the Parasol Protectorate, which I love those 5 books. This is the kids of those in the first 5 books. So this is the second book in the Custard Protocol series. I own all the books. I also own, I think there's 3 or 4 novellas that I haven't read because I want to read them when they were published within, to read them at the right time. So this is a series this year. 2024 is the time I'm going to finish and catch up on the this world. Because this is one of my favorite steampunk series. And Gail Carriger is one of my favorite authors. There's a block on this. I don't know why I can't get past this book. And it's not like I've not even started it. So I need to read that. So I want to read this one and then continue and then get all the stuff in the world. So I might have to do like a vlog of something in order to get myself to read a couple of these at least in a row. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna get to this. I'm gonna get to this because it's a great, has the werewolves, the vampires, and steampunk. It's great. I also would like to finish out the Nightborne Duet by Curse of Chalion. This is the Ashes and the Star Cursed King. So I don't know why I haven't picked this up yet. I mean, I read The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and I read The Six Scorched Roses. I just have not continued. And I think it's just because I kept picking up other big fantasy romances like this year. So I would like to pick up more, and this is one I would like to finish before she brings out more in this world. I don't know what the plans are for that, but I want to make sure I finish this because of the things that happens at the end of The Serpent and the Wings of Night would just blew my mind, and I really want to know what happens. I just haven't allowed myself to sit down with that, which I'm going to. And then the last one, which I put way over here, is a high priority this year because the next book in the series is my most anticipated book of 2024 because I've been waiting for it for an extra year because he postponed it. But I need to read Into the Narrow Dark by Tad Williams. This is book 3 in the Last King of Ostenard series. Again, the world of Ostenard is my favorite fantasy series of all time, and I just haven't allowed myself to read Into the Narrow Dark because I knew I was waiting for The Navigator's Children because, again, this was supposed to be a trilogy, but he writes so much that they broke up the books, and it took him a while to break them up. And then this one's kind of half of the end with The Navigator's Children, which is coming out. I think it's in November, but I'm not positive. It's supposed to be this year, though. So I am planning to do a reread of the series. I reread last year and the year before. No, last year and earlier this year. I reread Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn, which is the first 3 books in the series. Then I read the novella in between. And so now I'm going to go back and reread the 2 books, the 2 main novels that come before this, as well as the novella. And then I will read this before Navigator's Children comes out. So it's kind of a project. I want to make sure I get to Tad Williams. This is going to be kind of the year of Tad Williams and another author for big books. But as I said, I am focusing kind of on bigger books this year. Not all these are big, but but this is one of them I really want to get to. That's kind of my thing is. And did I say I had a couple more? Sorry, my counting is off. I do want to continue the Iron Druid series by Ken Hearn. So this is book 4, I think I'm on. I don't know. I'm not, yeah. So I need to get through this series. I have everything. I just need to read it. So, and again, I really enjoyed the first 3 books and a couple of the novellas that I read around that. So I need to continue that series. That is, you know, that is an Iron Druid and magic and gods and things. It's really fun. I also want to continue the Dragonkin series. I really meant to read that all this year and it just didn't happen. So I have I think it's book 4, another book 4. Yeah, book 4, which is Last Dragon Standing. And I think the reason by G.A. Aiken. So she is, again, the same author as Sally Lawrenston. And those are her 2 names. So these ones are dragon fantasy romance. They're just hilarious. Again, I love her. She just makes me laugh. But these are about dragons and, you know, kind of in a fantasy world. And this one I'm just not sure about because I don't like the lead character, because she's kind of one of the younger dragons, and she was kind of annoying in one of the other books. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna like this one. I'm pretty sure that was this one. I'm pretty sure that was it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to read this. I want to read more of this series. So I put book 4 on here to make myself continue that series. And then the last one is also a book that I've been putting off because I know that there's only 5 more books for me to read of the Discworld series. So I put Thud by Terry Pratchett on here because, again, I've been putting off finishing the series. I don't want it to end. I know I can restart it. I don't own all the books, but I do own Thud. And I think one of the other ones I still need to read. But I can get them from my library if I don't have them. I just don't have a great collection because there's like 40 some books in this series. Anyway, so Thud is one of the guards books. So I'm really, that's my favorite sub-series is the guards. So I do want to read this. I just been putting it off because I know that, you know, I only have 5 books. You know, there's this one and 4 others, and then I'm done. And that kind of just makes me sad. So, but I'm hoping this year will be the year that I finish that series. But I made sure to put this one on here so that I make sure I at least read one more and read one of them this year. So we'll see how that goes. So that is 24 books that I want to read in 2024. I hope I counted that right. We'll see. Again, most of them are starts of series, but I own so many first books in series that I need to make decisions on a lot of books. So I picked a lot of them that I'm really excited to try and get to. And then again, the 10 that are continuations are ones I need to do and I keep putting off. So I put them on this list so that maybe I'll pick them up sooner rather than later. I mean, a few of them were kind of freebies because I know I'm going to read those, but most of these books are just, I need to just prioritize. And again, I am doing the Read What You Own challenge where I'm trying to read stuff off my shelves. All these are off my shelf. All these I have, and I just want to get to them and I want to read them all. So hopefully I will be able to do that. So are there any of these books that you think I definitely need to get to? Which ones should I prioritize? Are you guys doing a list of 24 books in 2024? I really did try to hold myself back. And now I'm looking at the shelf and I see another one that should be on this list. Man, you know, there's so many books I want to read that I own. And again, I'm still doing okay on not buying, but it really kind of hurts too. But I'm really working on this. I can't believe I forgot that book. Anyway, point is, this is the list. We're going to go with this one. So anyway, let me know what I should read or focus on. Again, you know, me and series. I love them. Anyway, me and Cooper. We'll see you later.